Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to GuardianCast.
Yay. Hello.
Potentially the final episode of GuardianCast. Um, we'll get to that in a second. And we'll talk about why it might be the final episode of GuardianCast and what our plans are. But let's start with you, Eddie. How's your week going?
Week's going all right. Chilling. Played some comp with a friend. Got to about 4K.
Nice.
A good week.
Nice. I think I'm at like 3500. Just like played freelance for a couple hours to get up to that.
Shit.
Um
Nice.
yeah, I'll be getting my Unbroken title this season, so I'm excited to finish that out actually.
Nice. I won't get mine till next season. Granted, I get Legend here soon.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that cuz it's just I know there's going to be more and more Unbrokens and like am I going to want to wear it if there's like everybody running around with it? I don't know.
I think at this point it's more of a point of personal pride than it is like showing off. Like because I mean, yeah, everyone realistically can obtain it now,
Yeah.
so it's not nearly as prestigious as it was.
Mhm.
But at least you can know yourself that you did it, regardless of the change. I
Don't
don't
let
know.
anyone get you down about it, guys.
Yeah, you're still a broken in my heart.
um But yeah, comp feels pretty much the same. The only big difference I'm enjoying is that I can throw knives now. You know.
True. That is pretty nice to be able to finally be a throwing knife hunter that one shot kills.
Yeah. Um. So there was a patch. It fixed the infamous PC video settings bug.
That was annoying.
Yep. So go ahead and save your settings now. You won't have to deal with them turning motion blur back on every time
Oh,
you go back in.
motion blur of all fucking things I had to leave on. Like, really?
Right. Yeah,
Really?
that was driving me nuts. I mean, for people who were lowering their settings, everything was cranked up all the way to
Yeah.
high
So
every
yeah, so
time you
you're
logged
you're
in.
screwed if you had a lower graphics card, which sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, sorry. But like if you had a higher graphics card, it's like you're running everything on high and then like at a high frame rate, but here's some motion blur in the background.
Yeah. Just
Just
just to fuck with you.
have fun with that.
Yeah.
But they didn't fix the field of view bug. I don't know that they've even discovered like what's causing it or if they're able to reproduce it, but
And I don't think everyone is having it either. I've
yeah.
I've heard that it's mixed, mixed reports.
Yeah, so I know Gigs was complaining about it. And Damage like replied in the thread and said he couldn't reproduce it and showed some screenshots. Um, and then a lot of people are complaining that it's like the warped field of view is causing a bug where aiming feels off, like the sensitivity doesn't feel right, and I can relate to that.
Hmm.
I don't know what's causing it, and also this weird thing happens. I have a little switch that switches me back and forth between my two PCs with my mouse, and now when I switch to my PC with Destiny on, when I first switch to it, the sensitivity is like really high, and I can spin super fast, and then like after 2 seconds, it adjusts back down. And I'm
That's
just like,
really weird.
I've never seen it do this before. There's definitely something different about Destiny.
Hmm.
So, Bungie's on vacation, and hopefully the player support team can work on some of that stuff.
So have fun with the fix around January 9th or so.
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe, if we're lucky. Um, but I mean, I was impressed that they did get the fix out for the PC settings bug because that would have been really annoying to deal with for like a
Yeah.
month.
I think they realized how impactful that was that they needed to get that under control.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the dynamo. That was a fun bug.
Oof, yeah. They fixed that pretty quick and removed it
Yeah.
from the game immediately, which was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it was fucking smart on their part. Real smart.
So in other news, other than them going on vacation, Iron Banner's going to come back next week. The Dawning started this week. So bake your cookies, all that stuff. No SRL announcement.
Yep.
So I hope you. What was the Dynamo bug? So for like the first 2 to 3 hours of the season, Dynamo was bugged so that if now that you can stack multiple copies of the same mod together, it made it so you got your super like instantly.
2 dodges, I think is
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, you just dodged twice, so if you wore that 6 coyote, it was like instant super. Pretty broken. So they like within 3 hours they patched the hot fixed the game and made it so you couldn't put it on, and now the bug is fixed entirely.
Yep.
But yeah, that would have been a mess. No one would have wanted to play anything at all.
Yeah. It's been fucking it would have been terrible.
um, but I'm enjoying the new season overall. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like crazy. It's not like I'm super hype about it or anything, but it
It is definitely more value for your money than the Season of the Undying. Like,
yes, without a doubt.
yeah, and then that
Because
was the
because of
point I
the
was
mostly because of the story content alone, right?
right. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the point that I was trying to make when we were talking about it, weeks ago, was like the Season of the Undying was going to be a very introductory, like, here's a season we're pushing it out with Shadowkeep. Like it's not going to be as full tilt as we want it to be.
Mhm.
Because it was produced alongside some older content as well. And now this was produced alongside Menagerie, I think, if not
Right.
just past that, which is why it's so much more full and more fulfilling and stuff like that. I mean, we've got fucking story in it, actual
Yeah.
stories.
I,
I mean,
I'm impressed with that specifically because what I was expecting with the story was more of like a Invitations of the Nine situation where they're like, go do a fetch quest and we'll give you a cutscene once a
two
week.
full-fledged missions, and
Right.
that's just what we have so far. There could be more. I
Right.
mean,
There could be.
it's fantastic. Like even with what we have at this moment at the 2 week mark, I'm
And good
I'm
change
floored.
where you don't have to necessarily be there that week. Like
Yep.
the Invitations of the Nine stuff, I never finished it because I was like, I'm not spending week after week doing this. Like I want to just get through all of them at once. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't make me do that for these cutscenes. That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
So now if you
Which is
don't do
something
it,
they
you
took
can
into
catch back
consideration
up.
doing this, which was great.
Right? Yeah. So if you're behind like me and you haven't done them, you can do both of them together. And then next
Yep.
week, if you still haven't done them, you can binge all three. It's great.
Yeah.
So enjoy those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I feel like this season is a good indication of just each season getting just a little bit better. So I'm really excited.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you want to say hi to everyone? Whoops.
Hi.
This is my wife popping into the episode here to say hi. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to see it. Hopefully every season's like this. Then I would think the season pass would be a little more worthwhile.
Yeah, I think we're gonna continue to see this kind of trend of it being worth it.
Um, and then also, I mean, if we get a raid at any point in this season pass, that would make it worth it, obviously too. But I don't
I
know if I
feel the
expect it
next
or not.
I feel like the next one will have a raid in it just because like the cycle makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, Iron Banner next week, and they changed a couple things. You're gonna have to go through the pursuit quest again.
Different weapons though, so that's
Different.
nice.
Yeah, is it all different weapons or just
I don't think it's
some?
all different weapons. I think it's some different weapons, but
Okay.
I'm sure they fixed the quest this time, so it's not all fucking you got to get rocket launcher kills, but it's actually super kills
Oh my
with
God,
an
yeah, that was a
SMG.
mess. Yeah, yeah. This was. It says grenade launcher. It was intended to be super, but it actually means SMG.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great, fantastic. Um, but what's this about? 7 pinnacle bounties? It says there's
um,
7 bounties offering pinnacle rewards, but only 4 are available. Does that mean like
I
it'll be
don't
randomly
know.
selected?
Maybe I maybe you'll have 7 different ones, but you can only choose 4 of them. I don't know. Honestly, I guess we'll have to see. That wording's really
Arsenal of
weird.
Tricks was also patched to take half as long, which is good because that one always
Good.
takes the longest. Yeah.
Unless you were some sort of fucking like Dawn Blade or something, it was just miserable.
Well, especially because like Now, I don't know if this happens to everybody, but ever since I've been playing Golden Gun, I pop my Golden Gun and everyone just runs away and hides. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
annoying.
Well, it's
Like,
because I mean, it's easier to run and hide from that super than it is to try to outsnipe it. Like you can outsnipe, Nova Warp, Dawnblade, anything. Like most of those supers you can just get to before they can, get you. But it's the golden gun that in particular you have to like
I think
really outplay it.
it's more that everyone knows the Golden Gun's so short that
Hmm.
that's why they hide. Like
I mean,
personally,
that
I
could be
like
part of
to
it too.
challenge it because it's so squishy anyway. Like
Yeah.
it gets no damage resistance. So if
I mean,
you
if
just
you can get up in its face too, it's done. Yeah.
or I mean, you don't even have to get in its face. Like if you hear the super pop and you just like approach from an angle that they're not immediately facing, they're done.
Hmm. Yeah,
You know,
true.
like if they don't see you first, it doesn't matter that they have a one-shot kill because they're gonna be
But
dead
that's
before they
any
can.
super though,
Yeah.
realistically.
Well,
But
no, I
yeah,
mean, Dawnblade moves so fast, like
it
they
doesn't
probably
move
won't be able to
nearly
hit
as
you.
fast as it used to. You can snipe that one out.
Um, Top tree's really fast still with
I,
the
I
Icarus dashes.
yeah, if the person knows how to use it.
Yeah, but so I'll play a little bit of Iron Banner. That'll be fun. I leveled up really fast this season. All I did was play PvP, and I immediately got up to 960.
Oh, right now during the dawning, all of the dawning bounties are double XP. So you can just sit there and bake cookies as long as you've got materials and they're double XP. I went from like level 30 to 50 something,
Mm,
mostly just doing those bounties.
on the season pass. Wow,
Yep,
that's good because we don't have like a whole campaign to go through this season.
exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, we have
Yeah.
story missions, but I don't know if it's gonna carry like a ton of XP for those either.
No, those don't have like a shit ton, but I mean, it's enough XP.
Because like
But yeah,
last season, we had to run like all three characters through a campaign. Like,
yeah.
I'm not doing. Are you doing all three characters through those story missions? Is
Through the story missions, no, not unless I
because you
find
probably
a
don't
reason
get
that I have to.
anything. Yeah.
I haven't really. Then again, I haven't visited Saint 14 yet today because that's where he just showed up today.
Oh,
Um, so I
cool.
haven't visited him yet. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to, if it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
So I that's still kind of tentative for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, um, that being said, guys, we have some news. This is going to be the last episode of GuardianCast for a little while. After we're, we've been doing this for about 2 years now. We're at episode 90 right now, so we don't have a full 104 episodes, which would be 2 years, but almost there. I believe we started in January or early February of 2018, and the show has come a long way, I think, but we haven't really grown our audience or viewership much at all since then. It's not easy to say, but we want to go ahead and take the holidays off and come up with a plan to refresh and rebuild the show from the ground up. Just try something completely new, new ideas, and see how we can shake things up to make it better. So we're gonna take the next few weeks to month and a half or so and just completely reshape how this thing sounds and feels.
Yeah.
Uh, so if you have any ideas and you want to see it in the future, be sure to reach out to us and we'll throw that around. We're going to be brainstorming every week and meeting every week between now and when we come back. Our plan was to come back around the time the next season starts, but I just looked and it's like March, so that's too long. We're aiming for sometime in February to come back, so you're gonna be wanting to mark your calendars for February. We'll keep you posted to an exact date as we get closer. I don't want to give you an exact date right now because we're leaving everything on the table down to when we do this podcast every week. Like if there's a better time or day of the week for us to do this podcast viewership wise, we're going to try and capitalize on that. this has always been what's convenient for me. But we're open to make modifications within whatever our abilities are to try and achieve that and see what we can do to make this the best it can be for everybody. Some of the stuff that we're throwing around now is obviously Huffy's gonna work on the song. I want to hopefully get some sort of animation opening cinematic type thing for the show. I think that would go a long way. Uh, I'd like the YouTube videos to have interesting thumbnails to draw people in. To stick to a concise format that stays on topic and keeps people engaged, so they're not lost if they jump into a random episode.
Yeah, we ramble a lot.
Yeah, I mean that, and
Which is
a lot of
good, but like,
podcasts do that, and it's
yeah,
fine. I want it to be appealing to new people, and not
yeah,
necessarily people who only already know us and enjoy our personalities.
right.
Another thing that's on the table, guys, is do we want this to be a Destiny focused podcast, or do we want this to be a gaming focused podcast that involves Destiny? I don't know which is better long term, but we're leaving everything on the table down to what we're calling the podcast. So that's why we decided to call this the last episode, and say that this might be the last episode of GuardianCast, because when we come back it might have a completely different name. I
Yeah.
don't know yet.
We
So
may get rid of Recked. Who knows?
yeah, they might get rid of me, and then I can start sleeping on Fridays,
Yeah.
and it'll be good. But how does everybody feel about it? And if you have any questions or whatever, this is gonna be a chill episode where we just talk to you guys,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, any thoughts, concerns, anything like that? Any ideas? Anything really? Hit us up on Twitter, Discord, whenever. Let us know what you're thinking.
it's crazy. I mean, it's been like an interesting 2 years to see how we've changed this. From the beginning, it was kind of like Destiny's in a rough place. This is what we'd like to see out of the game, and like the game has improved so much, and so many fans have returned to the game, and now I don't know. Like I don't know if that's the mission anymore. So
Personally, I think more praising and maybe boosting the good attributes rather than being so critical and trying to change it might be a path, you know? Kind of bring more people to the game so that we have a game to play in the future.
yeah. I mean, I don't know that many people care what we think, but we'll see.
No, but we could be at least some sort of advocate, you know what I mean? I don't know. This
Yeah,
is shit we can talk about it another time, but
yeah. Sad to not hear from you guys for a couple months, but I totally get the ideas. Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about this for months now, and every week I try to change little things to improve it, and I got really excited when we switched to Mixer, because it seemed like there was like a whole new focus, and viewership was so much better and everything. But I think it might have just been an initial spike based on swapping, because that didn't hold up over time. So it's pretty much
I,
stayed the same for 2 years.
yeah, shit happens.
Thanks.
I don't know what I just. I don't know what to say, dude. It sounded right, and it was one of those times where I probably shouldn't have said anything. So
this this started just like with me and Huffy just bullshitting, like, hey, let's just try talking about the TWAB this week, and we'll record it, and that's pretty much all we've done ever since.
yeah, pretty much.
We had a brief stint of like a year where we had another guy on this podcast who had some opinions on things. That was interesting.
Couldn't find his fucking keyboard either. It was the weirdest
Yeah,
shit.
he lost his keyboard. Any ideas I think of, I'll be happy to let you know. Or if you ever want to bounce any ideas off me as a Destiny player, gamer in general, I'm all ears. Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like Kez wants to be a member of the new
Yeah,
iteration.
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'd kind of like that personally.
Um, I don't know what is like I know more about Destiny than I do any other game, and that makes it appealing to me to want to make this like a Destiny focused podcast. The thing I worry about is that like the people who listen to podcasts that are fans of Destiny may already be listening to other podcasts, because I don't know what we can do to talk more in depth about Destiny or make our Destiny content more unique. Like
I don't
I
think we should really focus on Destiny because there is enough podcasts that are way
right.
larger than us, that are already doing that. Why
Right,
why
because
not?
I don't know how we can improve this show from a Destiny perspective at all. We
Right.
already talk about everything. I mean, we are up to date on everything that's happening in the Destiny universe, and we try and keep you guys informed. But I just don't know that that kind of news debate style show is unique enough to draw people in. Um, Now, like, while a broader topic of gaming and just gaming news and the stuff happening in the gaming world with, a minor focus on Destiny sounds cool. I also worry that I don't know what the landscape looks like for gaming. It might be even worse. There might be more people
It's
doing
definitely
that.
more saturated. It's
Yeah,
gaming. I mean,
right.
everyone, talks about gaming. So yeah, that could be another thing too.
So we're really working to try and make this
We're
more of a
gonna do a
unique
podcast
bent.
about quiches, I think. We're gonna just talk about quiche all day.
The hell is quiche?
See, this is why we need to do a podcast about quiche. No one knows about quiche, dude.
I don't know what
It's
quiche
like a
is.
pie made out of eggs, dude.
A pie made out of eggs?
Yeah. This man doesn't know about quiche.
I
I'm out.
don't know anything
All right,
about
this
quiche.
this is why this is never gonna work out. You
Like
don't know anything about
scrambled
quiche.
eggs on a piece of pie crust? That's what I'm
Kind
picturing.
of, basically.
Ugh. Sounds horrible.
I don't know, man. I'm not into it. I'm just surprised you don't know about it.
Don't let him turn this into a quiche podcast. Breadth of things to research weekly. If it stays weekly. Yeah, that's a good point too. So that's something like the need that I would need to discuss is like personally I would think nighttime would be like a better time for this show, and
I
that's
think for
something I'm
all of
open to
us.
doing. But if we do that, for me, we probably have to move this to a bi-weekly podcast if
Hmm.
that's the case, which is fine.
Yeah,
I'm down to do a bi-weekly podcast, but because my schedule rotates to be every other week. It flips back and forth so that I work every other weekend. Um, to get any kind of consistency, we'd have to go bi-weekly at that point.
hmm. I'm with
Quiche
Lenny.
cast.
We gotta be quiche cast, dude. I'm into it. You guys, this is now quiche cast with your host Eddie and Recked.
Oh, so I'm just gonna throw Huffy under the bus here. We didn't talk about it after we started recording, but Huffy is not here this week for the last GuardianCast, and
Yeah, if you didn't notice, we're missing a Huffy.
what a fucking asshole, am I right?
What a dick, dude.
um,
Everyone go harass Huffy and tell him he's an asshole for not
yeah,
showing
just
up.
tweet at him, be like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck, dude?"
I'll give you his phone number. Fuck it.
He was supposed to be here. I think he fell asleep. Like he was texting us at 11:30 this morning and had some ideas to talk about today, and then he just never showed. So, whoa, what is
Lights got
happening?
sexy. Lights got sexy. I'm sorry.
Man, Huffy hit, Eddie hit the wrong button there.
I
That's
hit the
the
sexy button. That was my
sexy
bad.
button. Wow.
Uh-oh. Okay. It's a little bit better. It's getting dark in here. I didn't have any lights on. Now I have lights on.
Porn mode lights. There you
Hold
go.
on. No, it's the sexy button. Hold on.
Dude, you need like some 80s porn music to come on when you hit that button.
Can do. You're right.
It's hilarious.
I keep hitting the sexy button. That's my bad. I was gonna turn them off. I was gonna be dark. Fuck it. I'm done. No more sexy lights for you guys. Mm-mm. That's a different. That's for Quichecast, right?
Yeah, saving those lights. That's all. That's all we're doing. Actually, we're
Yeah.
gonna come back, and Eddie is gonna strobe lights at you the
Yeah.
entire
So
episode.
if you've got epilepsy, this is not the podcast for you.
Yeah, and if you're only listening to the audio version, it's gonna suck because he's
Yeah,
not gonna
it's a
say
terrible
anything.
podcast.
He's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna strobe lights the whole time.
And make like sexy winks and stuff, you know. So it's definitely not an audio podcast. There will be an audio version, but you won't like it. Just be silence.
um. So like other stuff is like I don't know how much editing we're gonna do. I mean that's something to look at too. We're willing to put time in. It's just a lot of times in the past, like when I've invested heavy amounts of time on the back end into the editing side of things, it really hasn't made any difference at all. Like we have to, I think that stuff can be worth it once we have an established audience. That on like the back end, like you guys show up every week to the live show, but I don't have like any kind of communication with people who listen later in the week a lot. And
I almost wonder if we should like test just live or just audio or just video. Like test that out for a little bit to see where our engagement lies more, you know.
well, I
See if
mean, I've
people go
looked at the
follow to the
numbers and stuff. I mean, it's not like a lot of data to go on, but
right, but you're also looking at the data from when we do the live one and then you repost it other places, right?
yeah.
Most people are going to either watch one or the other. If we
Yes.
just do one for, you know, X amount of time, just to see how it works. Be
True.
interesting.
It's true. I mean, if you don't do it live, it's a lot less interactive, I feel like.
Right, but then we can also focus more and, you know, get what we want said and done too. I mean, it's just something it's another thing to think about.
Yeah. And I'm both excited and sad about this, guys. Like, I haven't known how to feel about it all week. This is like a ritualistic part of my life at this point. After 2 years, like Friday is just the day I know that this is what we're doing. I get excited to talk about things and stuff like that, and I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, like going forward, and when it's gonna be and stuff like that. But I I want it to be better. So
Yeah. Quiche cashed in 2020. Get ready, get hyped.
gonna be talking about eggs.
Yeah, eggs and pie crust, baby. Let's go.
Dude,
Maybe some spinach. What? We're crazy.
I'm just thinking about like pie crust with scrambled eggs on top of it, and
I mean,
that sound gross.
okay, so it's not like scrambled eggs, right? It's like a fluffy egg, like cakelet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. You haven't lived until you had quiche. That's all I'm saying. That or you might have not had that bad of gas. I don't know. Who
A
knows?
call-in show. That's interesting.
I'm not giving anyone my number. What the fuck?
Not
Crazy.
your number. We'd be like bring people into the Discord call
Ooh.
and
Well, that's a
like
thought.
talk to them. But the only part that's hard about that, you have to balance audio levels every time a new person comes in to talk to you. So there's a lot of like troubleshooting in the show, which makes it a challenge for the
But that's a
recorded
live, like
version.
that's like the thing about a live show, right? But
Yeah.
like even so, for like the recorded version, we just snip that bit out.
Yeah, and if you interview 10 people, that's a lot of snipping.
Well, then let's just make quiche. I don't know what the problem is. Everything comes back to quiche, dude.
Only because you keep bringing it up.
You're right. Actually, that's the only reason. I'm hungry. I think I might be hungry.
Yeah, we would. We would need an engineer to put them in, fix it in a queue. Oh, that's well, I don't know if that's possible unless they could get them to do it on their end. Because usually what we have to do is if somebody comes in and they're like, "Hello, can I ask you a question?" Then we have to adjust their audio levels in Discord to sort of compensate and make the best of it. An engineer could only help them fix it on their own end. We just
Yeah.
want everybody to be normalized, so it's like not a new person coming
they've
in
got a
and blasting
fan
people's
blowing
ear out.
directly into their fucking
Yeah.
microphone. You can't
Can I
really
ask
do much about
a? I just wanted to know, does Iron Banner increase light level this time?
And then we open up to so many troll possibilities too, which could be fun, but at the same time,
Yeah.
there could be a lot of N words.
Ooh.
Yeah, dropped
I
is what I'm
don't like
saying.
that. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't
No,
like that. I
yeah,
don't like the
you'd
idea.
probably have to be. You'd probably have to be like a regular in the channel to be able to
Yeah,
get into the call. Like,
follower, sub,
I don't think
something.
we'd be bringing in just random people. That would be bad. Ugh.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
Email segment. So when we first started
Or
Kez,
Twitter, yeah, it work.
we had Twitter questions, and nobody ever asked them. It was Reese every week asking when we were gonna do a raid, and that was it. That was
That's
the whole thing.
amazing.
There was
Oh,
no.
that's
I don't think
amazing.
anybody else ever asked a Twitter question except Reese asking if we were gonna raid together.
That's amazing.
That's
That sounds exactly like what Reese would do. That's amazing.
So, yeah, I really tried to make that a thing. It was like the end segment of the show. We would talk about all the news that happened in Destiny, and then we get to Twitter questions, and that was it.
Reese asking if we're gonna raid.
Yeah, you guys rating this week? Is there a GuardianCast rate? Actually, for our first like 5 episodes, we didn't even have a name. We were just like, hey, this is a podcast, and we don't have a name. It's great.
I think it's Sexy Light time again.
There you go. Hey, Raffy, how are you, man? Welcome in. For audio listeners, we're just gonna interact with chat for this episode, and you know, it's kind of a community cast. So I don't usually just go back and forth with chat in these because it's confusing from that perspective, but being that it's the last episode, I figured it's probably a good idea. Doing great. I don't know, what is that? Oh, decorating for Christmas. Nice. Yeah, I don't do any decorating.
The fuck is Christmas?
My wife does all the festiveness, and Luke.
Darkwing, TBD.
To be determined.
Oh, is that what that means?
To be each casted.
Okay, I like that one better. I like that. That's better. Paying way too much. Oh, my mortgage. Cool. I don't know. I'm just the sexy lights are doing something in my brain. It's really weird. What do you guys think about the sexy lights? Do you like the sexy lights?
Um, they're a bit intense.
They are. They're actually really intense.
They strobe way too fast, I
I
think.
can't get them to slow down.
Yeah. Like
Weird.
if it was like a very gradual transition, then I
Yeah.
think it would be a little bit more mood lighting rather than
Yeah.
like, hey, you're getting pulled over by a cop.
I mean, it can also be sexy. So the cop's hot, dude. Fuck it, you know.
There you go. Best way to get the dawning SMG. I don't know. Like, I mean, you're asking about a specific role, and I think that stuff can be hard. I know. I saw MTash said he farmed a linear fusion rifle for 14 hours. Oh, fuck that.
So the best way to get the dawning SMG, Rafi, is to get the bounties that you can keep picking up for cookies, and after every 4 or 5 of them, one of them will drop you a little box, and that's where you get either the avalanche or the SMG from. And that's pretty much the only way to farm it.
That's rough.
Yep.
And those are the only 3 weapons, right? It's the SMG, the linear fusion, and the avalanche.
The linear fusion.
Yeah.
That's not a dawning one.
But what is that then?
I think that's the like one of the obelisk ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. There's only 2 weapons then for the Dawning? Oof.
Yeah, old weapon, new weapon.
Yeah. Interesting. Cookies.
I mean, cookies are delicious. I'm gonna have to get some. And a quiche. Y'all like quiche?
Well, I don't know. I don't
I
have anything else to
There's
say.
not much else we can say, really. I mean, we've
Yeah.
said what we need to say, and see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you guys after the holidays when we get everything sorted out.
Keep an eye
And
on Twitters, and we'll let you know.
yeah. Bye guys.
Peace.